listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.
Thank you for listening to Community Forum. My name is Johnny Chandler. I'm the host of Community Forum and the owner of KCCC 930 AM. And with me today is Alex Sanchez. Alex Sanchez is with Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace. You're technically the Chief Experience Officer at Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace, correct?
Yeah, thanks for having us, Johnny.
I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much. Alex Sanchez and I, for anybody listening, may not matter, but I share who I am quite a bit. We used to work at Channel 13 in Albuquerque together back in the day. What is that now?
Now you've aged us.
Yeah,
now you have aged us.
I'm going to age us even more. I mean, it's been maybe almost 20 years, a little less than that, maybe 15.
Yeah, 15. I started there in 2009, and you were Johnny on the spot all over things already.
Yes, already. Yeah, no, I remember that. So, but good to hear from you again. Both of us have since changed careers wildly since that has happened. And so you are here with Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace. You're going to talk to us about open enrollment. Now, this is the state's health insurance exchange. Am I right about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Be Well, New Mexico's health insurance marketplace is the place you go if you do not have insurance through Medicaid, Medicare, or your employer. So a lot of people ask us all the time, is this Obamacare? This is the marketplace established as part of the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
So we have plans from established carriers that are trusted names. It's Presbyterian, Molina, Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, and we do have dental plans as well. But what's really important is Be Well is the only place where people can qualify for subsidies to reduce their cost of insurance. So we have about 66,000 people enrolled right now. Half of them are getting insurance for $10 or less a month.
Half of them are getting insurance for $10 or less a month. So explain to me like how that happens. It obviously sounds really great, you know what I mean, to be able to get health insurance for that rate, but does that mean that they're basically maybe on a lower income bracket? Or are there other circumstances that could lead them to that direction, like disabilities, things of that nature?
So really what it is it's a couple of things. It's your household filing income, it's your household size, and then it's where you live, your zip code. And from those things, it determines what subsidies you may qualify for. But it's not just low income. So there's a thing called the federal poverty level that is set every year. And of that, you can go up depending on how many people are in your household and what you make. But there's financial assistance available even past 400% of the federal poverty level. So if you're out there making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 right now and you think, oh, it's just going to be way too expensive for me, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford it, you may be really surprised what you can afford and what incomes would qualify still for a tax credit. Perfect example, if you are a family of four making up to $124,800, you still may qualify for a subsidy.
So okay, that's surprising. Like when I was looking at the website, I wasn't aware of that. So thank you for telling me that. Tell me again. So it seems like every year, whether you're with a company or you're on the insurance marketplace, such as the 66,000 people in the state of New Mexico are, kind of a little bit. Tell me, why does it appear that we're only allowed to enroll for health insurance once a year, being a bit of a health insurance expert?
Yeah, so open enrollment does happen once a year. It's November 1st through January 15th. If you work for an employer, that's normally the same, right? Unless you just are coming on or you've had a life event. You've had a baby, you got married, maybe you got divorced, right? Those are the life events that can qualify you throughout the year. But this is the one time during the year to enroll during open enrollment. It ends January 15th at midnight, and it is so important to not put it off. We know insurance is complicated. We know there's a lot of terms and a lot of terminology and questions. We are here to help you for free. So you can visit bewellnm.com. You can schedule an appointment with somebody either virtually or in person. And we have certified assisters and brokers right there in Carlsbad. You can actually have a personal relationship with somebody who can walk you through the plans, who is not going to lead you one way or another. They're going to be totally, not partisan, bipartisan. Just choose which plan works best for you and help make sure that if you qualify for subsidies, you're getting those.
Right. So I think maybe something that would be really clear to state is you are not like a private insurance company that sells insurance to citizens like car insurance or health insurance to where that individual is going to get like a percentage of what they're able to sell you, correct? So you are here through this company, this organization, through Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace, as a service to the citizens of the state?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're here to serve New Mexicans. And that's another thing we really want to talk about is the importance of health insurance isn't just, well, you better have it in case you end up in the emergency room. We want a healthy New Mexico. We want people to be seeing a primary care provider, getting your regular checkups, making sure you're taken care of. Maybe it's time for your colonoscopy, your mammogram, whatever it is. And one of the things that I think gets lost a lot is all of the plans that are offered through Be Well have to meet the 10 essential health benefits. These are things like emergency services, maternity care, mental health and substance use disorder care, your prescriptions, if you need labs done, preventative care, and pediatric care. So it's really important to not just think of health insurance for if you end up in an emergency, but health insurance should be a part of your lifestyle so that you're making these appointments and you're getting coverage. One quick story I love is we have a gentleman, we are running a story with him right now. His name is Gilberto. He got coverage through Be Well and went in for just a primary care appointment, first in years. In that appointment, they tell him he's in heart failure. They transfer him to the hospital, do surgery, and save his life. Like, that is the importance of getting regular checkups, right? So it's not when you've reached the end and it's an emergency. And you can do that when you've got a plan that covers you, and you could be eligible for that plan for $0 a month, $10 a month, $50 a month.
Yeah, that does sound like a good deal. To copy that story, I had a rental house years ago. There's a gentleman in the rental house. He climbed into the attic, which was not allowed, but he did it anyways. He climbed into the attic, fell through the roof, right? Fell on the floor of the living room. Oh my gosh, gets rushed to the hospital, literally was diagnosed with cancer and life was saved as a result of falling through the roof. So we're disappointed. Sorry, man, you're going to have to pay for our roof and our house. But literally, if he had not have done that, because he wasn't going to the doctor, he wasn't getting checkups, if he had not have done that, the cancer could have progressed to the point to where who knows if he would have been able to survive the way that he has and is thriving now. So I think that's very important because health insurance is obviously there for the emergencies, but that's when it gets expensive, is when you wait for the emergency.
Exactly. And can you imagine ending up in an emergency? You've been diagnosed with cancer now in an emergent situation, right? And you're going to need to start treatment instantly. You're getting billed for this and you realize you could have been getting health insurance for $10 a month. They could have started, you could have caught this when it was stage 1, stage 2.
Right.
We don't want anyone ending up in that situation.
No, yeah. I mean, that's hard to disagree with, Alex, of course, right? Absolutely not. So you said that health insurance plans are really complicated. I believe they are. I find myself to be a bit of an intelligent person, and I really struggle with them as well. And so you mentioned briefly that there is right here in Carlsbad, there's locations where you can meet with somebody one-on-one to help walk you through the process. But we have a pretty large county in Eddy County, in addition to a large state that you all cover. So where can people in Eddy County, where can they access the resources or learn where they need to go and how they get help and how to do that initial reach out if they're interested in insurance?
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a great point. We are a very large landmass state, right? So what you need to do is go to bewellnm.com. Right there on the homepage, you're going to see schedule an appointment. When you click schedule an appointment, you're going to be able to select Curry County, right? And from there, I've got it right here. I can get a virtual appointment in Curry County. I can see Angela Petty's office. Looks like she's on Main Street in Clovis. Or I can see Melva Davenport's office, again on Main Street. So you can choose a broker that's right there.
Right. So you have all, obviously, just a drop-down menu, all 33 counties are there. So whatever county that you're in, you'll be able to get directed to whoever you need. All right. So if you're living in Artesia, Carlsbad, Loving, all those places here in Eddy County, make sure you go ahead and look that up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off.
Oh, yes. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Eddy County. Sorry, I was looking at Curry County. Well, if you want to know about Curry County, that's true.
I was going to let you slide on that too, by the way. But that's all right.
Okay. Let's make it right.
Okay.
Eddy County, Jared Argo's office, Jessica Parkott, Rebecca Argo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at it here. I've got 5 people. Roy Willis, Summer Briscoe's office. Those are agents in your area. Roswell, Artesia. I see Carlsbad here. That you can go to, you can schedule an appointment with them virtually or online. And the other thing is you can select what language you want to do this in.
Right,
so we have the availability to meet you where you want to be met, no matter your language. So please don't feel like, English is a second language. Maybe I'm not as strong in that. You can choose right off the bat. Do you want English, Spanish? Are you Native American? Do you want Chinese, Vietnamese, or sign language consult? If you have a language need other than that, it is not a problem. We have a service. I think they cover over 100 languages, if I remember correctly. So we will meet you where you want to be met. We don't want anyone to be intimidated when they need to talk about health insurance.
What if I'm a little bit older? I'm not qualifying for Medicaid, but I'm a little bit older and I'm just not computer adverse. I still like to have a flip phone or something like that, right? Like how can I then get some information about health insurance from y'all?
Absolutely. You can come and visit us at any of our events. There's events on the line online, or you can make that appointment, have somebody help you. You can call 833-2BE-WELL. We will schedule an appointment with a broker for you to go in person. That is not a problem either. We are happy to set up those appointments. So, if you are not tech savvy, don't worry about it. If you are super tech savvy and you still find complications as you're enrolling, which you can 100% do on your own, there's a live chat. You can chat with a human being right there and get your questions answered.
Right. Excellent. Okay. So maybe I ask you a bit of a harder question. Do you know the percentage of residents in the state of New Mexico that do not have any insurance at all?
That's such a great question. So there's a lot of thought out there. There's some studies out there. We know that certain zip codes, like 87121 here in Albuquerque, has a high number of Spanish-only speakers who are uninsured. We know that Native Americans are the largest group of uninsured. It's just an estimate, though. But what I will tell you is we know Be Well is having a positive impact because about 2 years ago, it was 36,000 people enrolled. We are at 66,000 people. So you can probably find somebody in your connection, right? We're all somehow connected to what's the famous guy that we're supposedly all connected to, right? 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, right.
You can find somebody who has Be Well. You can find somebody who knows about Be Well, who can talk to you about it. We would love to talk to you about it. But it's really important to recognize that Be Well is trying to meet people where they want to be met. So if you want to jump on a Zoom with us, I will tell you a funny story. In November, we had our virtual enrollment event. A gentleman jumps on the Zoom. He's in his car. He's wearing full camouflage. And he says, "Hey, I'm on a hunting trip with my buddies, but I need health insurance." We got him set with a broker. He got health insurance. He comes back out and he's like, "Okay, I'm going to go back to the hunt." And we're like, "Good. You see you later." So we want to meet you where you are. If you are on a hunting trip, fishing trip, you are skiing, I don't care. Join us. Let's get you health insurance. And it's all done in a super secure, safe way. So if you come to a virtual event, they're going to be put into a breakout room with a broker who can help you. We're going to ask you a couple questions so we make sure we're meeting your needs. And the other thing is, if you don't know what you qualify for, the beautiful thing about New Mexico is they've set up a one application system. So if you come to us and you end up being eligible for Medicaid, your application automatically gets sent to a healthcare authority.
Right. So it goes to the right
for
place.
them
So
to process it.
they don't have to do it all
Yes.
over again. You're not turning them away, which leads me to my point a little while ago that you're really in this organization and Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace is here to serve the citizens of New Mexico. You might as well be city employees or state employees, even though you're technically not.
Well, I mean, we are a service, right? So we like to think of ourselves as this perfect kind of match between private industry, which is insurance, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And service to New Mexicans, which, as you're pointing out, is a lot of the state. And, huge kudos to the state of New Mexico, the Office of Superintendent of Insurance, Healthcare Authority. New Mexico has invested so much money in making sure health insurance is affordable. So if you are familiar with health insurance, premiums, which is the monthly amount you pay for health insurance, those have been going up. In some cases, at different states, they're going up 15%, 18%. So New Mexico has really worked to make sure that those subsidies we offer cover and offset some of that cost. So this is really a unique opportunity we have in New Mexico compared to other state-based marketplaces because there is so much commitment to affordable health insurance.
You have approximately 66,000 New Mexicans on health insurance through the Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace, half of which are paying roughly $10 a month. And you've doubled the number of individuals on insurance recently, is what you just told me, within the past few years. Yeah. So I think it's safe to say you are making a pretty good impact. Since this was started, there's 66,000 New Mexicans that are getting the healthcare that they need when they weren't. And so there's a lot more to be done, and that's why you guys are doing it. So one last question, I guess, before I let you go. January 15th is only a couple of days away. Are any of you sleeping at all, or is it a 24/7 gig right now because you have until midnight on January 15th to get it done?
I'm not going to lie to you, Johnny. All I've had to eat today is sour gummy worms because we are pushing through. We want all the energy, all the sugar and caffeine. We really want to be here for New Mexicans. So you can reach us. We will have extended office hours. The call center is open, extended times. We want to meet you where you are. If you somehow miss us and you are, at 11:30 at night on the 15th trying to enroll and you run into a problem, you can still call us. Leave a message. Our team will get back to you and it still counts. We'll get you enrolled, right? But please do not wait till that last minute. Please join us for our virtual enrollment event. You can find all the details on bewellnm.com. Those events make it super simple. Join from your couch, join from your kids' gymnastics, practice, wherever you want. Join from the grocery store. Let's get you health insurance because if you miss the deadline, you don't qualify unless you've had a life event and you really don't want to go throughout the year without health insurance.
Yeah, understood. Alex Sanchez, Chief Experience Officer, CXO at Be Well New Mexico Insurance Marketplace. Thank you very much for coming on, Alex. Everybody, please listen to her. If you do not have health insurance and you cannot access it through your employer or a different outlet, you must go to bewellnm.com. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.